Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout or click the link down below. It will automatically apply the discount to your transaction and it helps support the channel. My fiance dumped me because I got into a discussion with his ex. He broke up with me today during lunch like it was a business meeting. This week, his ex got sick, and he wanted to bring their little daughter here on Sunday so that the ex could rest. I asked him to wait until Tuesday because I was super tired from work. He got mad and we fought. On Monday, he decided to do all of his ex's duties. He picked her up and dropped her off at school, cleaned the house, took care of her, and even took her to the doctor. He got home ridiculously late and always said that he was tired when he got in. On Thursday, his youngest daughter stayed with his mom, and his son went to study at a friend's place. He went to work as usual, and that day we went to lunch together. In the middle of lunch, his ex calls asking if he had seen her car keys because she wanted to go to the store to buy ingredients for soup or something. And of course, he goes to check the car keychain and her keys are right there. I don't know what went on in his head, but it was there. After the call ended, I felt like I had to put a stop to it. I told him that I could take the keys and go with her to the store, and he agreed because he had an appointment after lunch. I was out of my mind, trying to deal with it, but I was so pissed. When I got to her place, I went straight to her door and threw the keys at her. I said a bunch of things that I didn't think through, but I said what I was feeling. I hated how she always made him focus on her, how he always took care of her, how he was with her. I said that her only redeeming quality was her being a teen mom, and that she and her kids were ruining my fiance's life. Maybe I went too far because I told her that she was such a trashy person that she couldn't even hold down a relationship or set a good example for her daughter. I don't know if she is a psychopath or something, but she didn't show any reaction. She said, "At least I'm not here for a year desperately trying to rewrite my fiance's story." She slammed the door in my face. I tried to talk to her, but she didn't come out. That night, my fiancé didn't come home, not even in the morning to grab his stuff. I spent the night calling him and her, but neither of them answer. After dozens of calls, he called me today and asked me to meet him at the restaurant that we always go to for lunch. We don't work well together. I'd rather end our story here. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to scream, but I just asked him if he'd slept with her while we were together. And he said yes, last night. He told me that he was willing to give me any answer that I wanted, but if I went anywhere near her or her kids, that I'd regret it. Well, I guess I'm the villain in their beautiful love story. Yes. Saying that someone's only redeeming quality is them being a teen mom is not going to make you the better person at all. Really, it just makes you seem like you're grasping for straws for something to try and bash them with. When people get divorced, it's not always on bad terms. You can still be a co-parent to a kid, and it seemed like dude was doing all the right stuff to be a good father to his daughter. For some reason, you had a problem with him taking care of somebody who is the mother of their child. And way to go having the mature reaction of, okay, I'll take the keys over to her, and then just straight up chucking them at her? Yeah, how mature are you? Or, no, there's no way that could actually be there. That requires there to be maturity there. That's the only reason you did that whole take the keys thing anyway. You didn't want to be nice, you just wanted to say mean things to their ex. Am I the a-hole for wanting daughter and stepdaughter treated equally? I'll keep this short and sweet. When I met my DH, he already had a daughter by his ex. Since this is anonymous, I'll just be honest. I wasn't thrilled about it. I always pictured myself starting a family from scratch with someone. Anyways, we got married and I acted very accepting of the daughter, even though in my heart, I felt the opposite. But I never let it show. I was always very kind to the girl and very accepting of her when she was in our home. Soon after the wedding, we got pregnant, and I was overjoyed that my husband and I were finally starting our family. I think his ex always had been secretly jealous of me, because only a few months after announcing our pregnancy, she made a huge spectacle out of nothing, that she was engaged to a guy that she had only been dating for like 1.5 years. Fast forward several years. My husband and I have been raising our daughter, as well as his daughter, when she is scheduled to be with us. We try to keep things very fair for the girls. Obviously, since the daughter doesn't live with us full time, there are some differences. Like when she visits, she uses the guest room, but our daughter has a permanent room, since this is actually her home. But other than that, everything is equal. Here's where I'm upset. Over the years, the ex's new husband has advanced in his career, and is now very well off. It's obvious because of the cars that they have, their house, etc. Despite this, they never had kids of their own. Instead, they just shower her daughter with everything she could possibly want. She's not my daughter, so if she ends up spoiled, that's not my problem. My concern is that my own daughter is seeing this and is going to start feeling disappointed that my DH and I can't spoil her the same way. I've had these feelings for a while, but kept my mouth shut until a few months ago when it came to a head. For the daughter's birthday, they got her a brand new iPad. The next time she came to stay with us, they let her bring the iPad in with her, even though they know DH and I can't afford to buy an iPad for our daughter, basically rubbing it in our face. I blew up at my husband, and the result was that the daughter was told that she had to leave the iPad at home when she visits us. I thought that it couldn't get lower than that, but the last custody handoff, their ex mentioned that for Christmas, she and her husband were surprising the daughter with an expensive family vacation to Florida. I put my foot down and said absolutely not. Unless they plan on taking our daughter too, they cannot go, period. My husband is usually the guy who does anything to avoid conflict, but he told me that I'm being unreasonable. A few of my friends have said that's the same thing, but I don't see how. We have always taken her daughter on our family vacations, even though the trips we take are much more humble. Why is it any different? Even just typing this out makes me see red. I just want the girls growing up to be equals. How can I be wrong for that? So let me see if I got this straight. You happen to make it so that you ask, hey, would you like to come on the vacation with us? They happen to say yes. Now that automatically means that the other party is now legally required in order to have you over. So yeah, you just said yes to our offer. You're now legally required to follow up on your end, okay? Or you cannot do it. That doesn't sound good at all. Am I the a-hole for it being my fault that the Google Voice number got taken away? I'm 19. My teacher is definitely in her 20s. I got a grad student instead of a professor for my writing class, and I think a lot of this is that she is on a power kick out of not being a professor. My teacher has an email policy for our class. I'm copying and pasting it. I have my university email account open on my computer from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays. This is when you can expect a response from me within the hour. On weekends, I check my email once at noon each day and answer any emails that popped up since the last time I checked. If I don't have an email in my inbox by around 12:30 on Sunday, it likely won't be answered until 9 a.m. on Monday. I have a Google Voice number set up specifically for the class for any emergencies that you need a response to outside of these hours, including weekends. However, I ask that you use this number respectfully. If I find that students are taking advantage of the anonymity to be inappropriate, or are using the number for things that are not emergencies, i.e. things that could have waited for my normal email hours, I will remove this option. Yeah, this weekend I was checking my grades when I noticed a 0 on one of our major assignments. I knew I had done the assignment, so that I checked, and I realized I forgot to turn it in after I received an extension. Since I got the extension, I forgot about the second due date, and didn't receive a reminder, so it just slipped my mind to actually turn it in. I emailed the professor, but it was a Saturday at like 1 p.m. I emailed her 3 more times before deciding to try the voice number, since I think a major grade issue like this would certainly fall into the category of emergency. I texted her at 7 p.m., didn't receive a response by 8, so I texted again, went out for the night, and wasn't checking until around 1 a.m. when I noticed that I still hadn't received a response. So I texted a final time. Never got a response. Sent a text being to a group chat with around 5 people in the class, and went to bed. This morning, she made an announcement to the class that after a few instances of abusing the text option, she was removing the voice number for the remainder of the semester, and apologized to anyone who had used the number legitimately. Someone immediately texted the group chat and said, "Way to frickin' go, OP." Then somehow the news got out to the other people in the class, and I got a Blackboard email from another student not in the group, the chat, saying that I was acting like a dong and now no one got the voice number. I was trying to get a response in an emergency, and now my professor and the students are mad at me. It would have taken her 5 minutes to just let me know that she got my email with the project. I used everything according to policy. I feel like it's not my fault that she was upset that anyone dared to use it while she was out getting laid or whatever. Edit, since I'm getting the comments a lot. I personally believe that it's her job to answer emails and communicate with students, and since I had a question, it is her responsibility to answer it. The reason me getting an extension is different because I was sick when the assignment was due. I am also only 19 and a freshman. If she is a grad student, she should be better at managing time than a new student. Also, lastly, I'm not a misogynist. Yes, you know, because spamming somebody on the emergency line multiple times is very much what you're supposed to do. No, you could have left it at the one time, they would have noted the time that you happened to have sent the message or the voice message, and then they would have received that and then factored that in to how things could have gone. But no, for some reason they didn't get back to you within an hour, so you thought, okay, I'm going to send it again and again and again, and you wonder why things didn't work out for the class. What part of use the number respectfully did you not understand? And also, you're trying to put this on the teacher's fault. You're the one who forgot to turn in the assignment, dummy. Am I the a-hole for not wanting a guy included in our mom friend group? I, 35F, am a single mother to 2 kids, 5 and 3. Both my kids are in daycare, and over the last years, I have built a solid friend group with a handful of other moms that our kids regularly get together for playdates. The father of my kids is not in the picture at all, and my relationship with him is non-existent. This is 100% for the best, and I am currently in therapy to deal with a lot of things that my ex did to me. This friend group has literally been a lifesaver for me at times. A few months ago, there were 2 new kids that started at our daycare center. They are similar in age to my kids, and were placed in the same classes as them. I noticed that their dad was the only parent to ever pick up or drop off their kids. he would try to make small talk with me at times. But I am uncomfortable around strange men, so I would be polite, but not engage further than that. Our mom group has a group chat that we use to support each other and arrange playdates. A few weeks ago, one of the moms texted the group chat that she was adding this new dad to our group chat because he wanted to have his kids participate in playdates outside of daycare. I privately texted that other mom and told her that I don't feel comfortable with a man that I don't know having my contact information, and told her that she should have consulted all of us before deciding on her own to add him to the group chat. I then texted the rest of the moms and told them that I wanted to keep a separate group chat without the other dad because I don't know him and it makes me uncomfortable. This resulted in a lot of divided opinions with about half of the moms agreeing to a separate chat, and the other half saying that would be too difficult to keep track of, and that it is wrong to exclude another parent because he is a man, and that I'm being unreasonable. The mom I texted privately replied to me that she has talked with this dad numerous times, and that he seems like a nice person and a good parent, and that his kids shouldn't be excluded if they want to hang out with their friends outside of daycare. She told me that I'm being difficult and making this all harder than it needs to be. The other day, I picked up my kids. My 5-year-old was upset because a bunch of his friends were talking about a play date that he wasn't invited to. I texted the moms about it, and they said that they were getting the kids together with the new dad and didn't invite my kid because of how I was acting. I told them that it was rude to exclude my kids like that, and a couple of the moms told me to grow up because that's exactly what I was trying to do to this dad and his kids. I'm at a loss because these moms have been so supportive to me in the past, and as soon as this dad comes into the picture, it's like they pulled a 180 and don't seem to care at all. There's still other moms who agree with me, but now it's like our friend group has been divided by this. So let me get this straight. You don't want to have somebody bring their kid over because they happen to be a dad instead of a mom. Meanwhile, you're upset because your friend group decided to do a little get-together and not invite you because you're being unreasonable. Dang, it's almost as if something was not okay one way, but you thought it was perfectly fine the other way. Isn't that the frickin' definition of irony? You're just straight up asking, I don't want him around me because he's a dude, and they did literally just that. They made it so that you weren't around him, but it wasn't in a way that you liked. Congratulations, you played yourself. And think about it, I mean, everybody's problems got solved. Nobody's hanging around anybody that doesn't want to hang around somebody else just because they happen to be a guy or a girl, so I think everybody's a win-win. You're just upset because you're not really winning. Am I the a-hole for posting my friend's story on Reddit as if it were my own and ruining her parents' marriage? Do we really even need to get past the title on this one? But, you know, that's not what you guys are here for. 2 months ago, my best friend, Valerie's boyfriend, Derek, began ghosting her upon meeting her parents. She was upset about this and came to me for advice. I'm not good at giving people advice and felt bad for not really being able to help her out. I had seen many people asking Reddit for advice, and it seemed like the advice was genuinely helpful. I considered suggesting my friend's post it, but she does not use a lot of social media. So I thought that it would be a good idea if I made the post as if it was my story and passed on some of the helpful feedback that I had gotten. Here is the part where I may be the a-hole. I made the post, changed the names and some details to stay anonymous, and some of the advice was good. I told her, and she took some of it. She spoke to her mom, who's a high school teacher, and discovered that back when Derek was in high school, when he was 19, they slept together. Valerie talked to Derek, and they mutually broke up. My friend's mom told her that her father was aware of this, and they worked it out. I got a lot of comments begging for updates, so I did, since I didn't think that there'd be any harm. A couple of days ago, I woke up to a bunch of missed calls from Valerie. I called her back, and she began yelling at me, asking if I had posted her story on the internet. I initially denied until she sent me screenshots from my post and other screenshots from my account that proved that it was mine. I confessed and tried to explain to her why I made the post. She was still angry and yelled at me, saying that my reasons were lousy, and that I only made the post because I wanted attention and was jealous of her. I apologized for not asking for permission, but told her that I was trying to help, and she shouldn't be so mad. I offered to take down the post, but she shouted saying that it was too late now and hung up the call. She refused to talk to me. After talking to mutual friends, I found out that Derek found my Reddit post and assumed it was Valerie's. She had him blocked, so he messaged her mom, asking her to tell Valerie to take down the post and unblock him so they could talk about this. Valerie's dad saw the text from Derek, and it turns out her mom had lied. The dad had no idea. He read the story, and after a lot of denying, the mom eventually confessed. They are getting a divorce. Valerie's dad is really distraught and will be moving in with his brother a couple of states away. Valerie's mom called her, accusing her of posting the Reddit story and ruining her marriage. After being really confused, Valerie figured out the account was mine after looking through my other posts. Valerie is telling everyone that I ruined her family, and all of my friends think that I'm an a-hole for posting her story, whether it had good intentions or not. I guess I shouldn't have made the post without asking, but I had genuinely good intentions, and I never thought that the post would be found by anyone involved. Also, I feel like the cheater is the one who ruined their family, not me. So, am I the a-hole? Yeah, because airing out somebody else's dirty laundry is not a good thing to do. You definitely should have asked before you started talking about this, and yeah, no, there's not really any other way to put this other than you should have asked. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. And I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.